What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. You know, as the author of many an MCU theory myself, we generally have to wait till the movies come out to either confirm or debunk them, but creating the theory is the most fun part, and today's theory is no different. Quite often, though, we don't have these theories sort of being semi-confirmed by industry insiders, and when at first this started as a theory, it sounded so crazy to me, we didn't report on it here at the channel last week. Now an industry insider is weighing in, giving it more validity. It's being reported as headlines, and in fact, when you break down the theory, it's actually quite a good one and not anywhere near as cheesy as I thought when I first heard it. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to break down this brand new theory that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is indeed Uncle Ben in the MCU. The Tobey Maguire's recasting would have something to do with that, and the industry insider reports that are adding validity to this theory in whole. We're going to break it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We're still giving away this insane 1/4 scale XM Studios Beta Ray bill and our third and final Infinity Saga box set. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So as we always do here at the channel, and because I've been doing this for 2+ years, I've covered most of the details that have come out, all of the official reports, and all of the anonymous and Reddit leaks and theories every single day since basically the release of Infinity War. But sometimes these theories even predate me entering this whole MCU news and theory cycle. That's in the case of this Tobey Maguire theory, going all the way back to the original Homecoming film, that Tobey Maguire could serve as Uncle Ben, but a lot of them just didn't make sense because it was obvious starting back in Civil War that Tony Stark was stepping up to be that mentor figure for Spider-Man, the metaphorical Uncle Ben, and then it was even confirmed by the suitcase in the second Spider-Man Far From Home that Uncle Ben already exists in the MCU, slightly debunking these theories that the Sam Raimi Spider-Man Tobey Maguire could in fact be that Uncle Ben. Then this new theory came along, posted by Reddit user FrogLegs317, that went a long way in reconciling all of these facts. He posted that Tobey Maguire, in fact, could be Peter Parker from the original movies in Sam Raimi, given the Spider-Verse, but also be, in this reality, the Marvel Cinematic Universe reality, Uncle Ben as well. Not that he's the exact same character, one singular form, but Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man from that universe, the Sam Raimi universe, looks exactly like Uncle Ben in Tom Holland's MCU universe. So whenever they meet via the Spider-Verse, as we've reported on at length here at the channel, tons of rumors and reports of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in talks and or rejecting or accepting offers to come back and reprise roles, serving cameos, that when they finally meet up, he would take his mask off to inform Tom Holland, much the way we saw in the Spider-Verse, and for a minute, Tom Holland would think it's Uncle Ben because his version of Spider-Man is a doppelganger to Uncle Ben in the MCU. That way, Tobey Maguire is still Spider-Man from the Sam Raimi universe, but he can also be Uncle Ben in the MCU universe, and there's a tie of emotionality there between the two Spider-Mans because for a minute, he sees his uncle, realizing that they just look exactly alike. This is a beautiful theory and well written. It also goes a long way in reconciling all of the facts that we set up post-prologue, the fact that Uncle Ben already exists, and really, Tony Stark was the metaphorical character that we're talking about here. He even went and danced around, though, with great power comes great responsibility, but a lot of fans are still waiting to see if we would ever hear that in the MCU. One quick side note, the last report that Tobey Maguire in fact rejected offers from the MCU and Sony to return, I could understand if this was what they wanted to do and he was only going to cameo as Uncle Ben and or quickly as Spider-Man with no future for his character. While he might not be too enthusiastic about that prospect, he used to be the one and only Peter Parker in his Sam Raimi Spider-Verse, but now he would just be the MCU's Uncle Ben, which may also go a long way in explaining the rumor that Andrew Garfield doesn't want to return to work with Sony either because of the way they didn't serve his narrative and didn't even finish his story in The Amazing Spider-Man. Either way, quick linguistic lesson here since we're speaking of rumors. Rumors are things that pop up in the community where we don't know where they came from and we think there might be some validity to it. There's a rumor we may see so-and-so in an upcoming film, and that can spring from a theory, but if the theory is easily accessible and by an author, then you call it that, just a theory, so that there's no confusion. I've done my best over the last couple of years to always tell you guys, look, this is an official announcement or this is just a theory and or rumor, take it with a grain of salt, but those are different things. That's why I was surprised yesterday when I saw this theory come up almost word for word, labeled as a rumor on an industry insider's Patreon account, quote, they want Tobey to also play Uncle Ben, meaning when Tom sees Tobey's version of Peter Parker, he'll think he's Ben at first and call him that. Wow, Frog Lakes 317 must be an industry insider himself. Rather, I think we all know what happened here. He posted that theory, and then the lesser Hollywood trades, you guys all know who we're talking about, certain sites we don't cover here at the channel anymore, went ahead and ran it as headlines, and then of course it matriculates its way into a rumor, and people think that it actually could be happening. It only took about 5 minutes of Googling to find that this was a Reddit theory. In fact, Screen Rant was able to properly report this as well, and not as some sort of industry insider rumor that it could be happening, rather just a really awesome theory, a way they could bring back the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, have him play Uncle Ben, have that emotional connection, but also be that Spider-Verse informer and or advice giver, the same way we saw in Into the Spider-Verse. I love this theory personally, and I would love to see it, but I could also, exactly for the reasons I explained, see why Tobey Maguire wouldn't be interested in all coming back as just some ancillary piece in the Spider-Verse puzzle, unless he's going to get some real action and some real narrative. But quite honestly, when I thought about it, I don't want to see this happen for a reason, and it's bigger than that. Those original Spider-Man films will always have a special place in my heart, and while I don't have an affinity for them the way that certain people do as an absolute cult classic, and some people still consider them the best Spider-Man movies ever made, I still love them for what they are, and I'm a strong believer in you shouldn't with the classics. If there's no reason to really bring him back, again, no real story for him, and if it's not going to add anything to that original trilogy, just let it be what it is. Just let it exist in time the way it is. I don't think we need to be tying together that Spider-Verse in any specific way, unless, again, the narrative calls for it, in which case we just haven't seen. Serving as Peter Parker's Uncle Ben when we've already had the metaphorical Tony Stark passing away in Avengers Endgame, I think more than did its purpose, and I don't think that we need to open up this can of worms and or disturb the classic that is the original Spider-Man trilogy. Do you guys feel the same way that I do? Let me know down in the comments how you would feel about all of this. Would you prefer to get both Spider-Man back, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, in these sort of cameos and ancillary roles, or would you prefer them to come back all the way, actually have real narrative, maybe even their own solo films, if some people have postulated that the Morbius universe could actually just be against Sam Raimi's Spider-Man? Let me know all your thoughts, your craziest theories down in the comments below, and who knows, maybe one day I'll be doing a video about your comment. Either way, let me know what you think, and quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We're still giving away this insane 1/4 scale Beta Ray bill at 750,000 subscribers. We're headway into that, should easily hit that by the end of the year. Speaking of which, at the end of the year, on New Year's Eve, regardless of the subscriber count, we'll be giving away our third and final Infinity Saga box set. We already gave away 2 this year. This will be given away again, no matter how many subscribers we have. All you have to do to be entered to win, hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. Then hit the notification bell with notifications turned on to keep up with the videos. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video or the content at the channel, it's always appreciated if you hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. This is Everything Always. You guys can find me on Instagram at IamFires, or follow me over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Nvellen, NVELLEN. There's links down in the description. Thanks for checking out the channel, and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.